Well, Happy New Year. You know who I am by now. For those of you who are new to the channel, I am the Frugal Gardener, and this is my garden. Well, not really. Somewhere underneath here is my garden. But you know what? Let's keep it real. This is a new year. It's winter time, and nobody's going to garden in this. I mean, it's pretty much impossible. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to back up. We're supposed to be a new year, a new project. I promise you guys, we're going to still do the project, but the project is going to be temporarily on hold because you're not going to be able to use what we're going to build in this climate. So before we go to the backup plan, the alternate, I wanted to go over something with you guys. The Frugal Daughter sent me a list. She did some research on why people our age don't garden. And for those of you who are new to the channel, I am the Frugal Gardener. I'm in my 70s. I garden in zone 7A. I'm in West Virginia. This is episode 8 of Gardening Over 40. So, getting back to my original point, I'm going to just run off real quick a couple of the reasons why people our age don't garden. And then I'm going to give you a solution. So just stick with me for a minute. Number one, well, actually, it's not in order. Fear of failure. Number two, frustration. The third one is one that I can relate to or could have at one point, and that is the feeling of being overwhelmed. People also feel that they have a limited garden space, so they basically don't make the effort because, hey, if you don't have the room, then why bother? And tools, that's another important thing. We're going to eliminate pretty much all of these before this episode is over. The last thing on the list is impatience. People want stuff now. And when you get in your 50s, 60s, 70s, and yes, even 80s, you really don't want to spend a lot of time on things. So years ago in the winter, I used to garden indoors and outdoors. Yes, indoors. And I did something called hydroponics, which I have not done for the last 3 years. Because again, if you follow my channel, then you know that I moved. And it was a chore because we had to find land, had to build a house, had to pack, move, unpack. You've been there, I'm pretty sure. So I have not used this for a couple of years, and now I'm going back to it, especially because we're getting winters like this. So what I'm going to ask you to do is come inside with me and watch this video that I made a few years ago. And this time, what I'm going to do on the back end next week is I'm going to go into detail. I'm going to walk you through the minute things and answer all your questions. So get those questions ready, post them below, and without further ado, I'm going to show you this video of how you can garden indoors. You don't need a lot of space. You don't have to do any lifting. And once you get past the initial setup, it is a breeze. So, Gardening Over 40, episode 8, let's go.